Hello beautiful people. In today's video I'm going to show you how I took this palette and created this look here. It is the first video in my new series called Throwback Thursday where I take an old palette and do a complete look with it. I will explain more of that at the end of the video, why I thought of doing that. But yeah, if you guys want to see me play around with this palette and create this look, then let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm starting off with what color did I use on this side? I'm going to start off with a little bit of this light purple color. Whoops. And I'm going to take that with a smaller domed brush and I'm going to take that into the crease because I want something to blend that blue eyeshadow into on the other side. And because it's shimmery and lighter, I'm using a smaller domed brush just to give it a more precise application and more pigment payoff. If I used a fluffy brush, it would just go everywhere. Okay, and then I'm going to take this older MAC 217 brush and I'm going to go into the shade, the one right above here. It's like a cool tone grayish brown color. And I'm going to take that on top of that purple color. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. Someone just started to mow their lawn. Anyways, I'm taking that over top of that purple color and just blending it out just a little bit. And then I'm going to go in to the lighter brown, the light taupe color. And I'm going to take that directly on top of that other color just to help blend it out further. Okay, so for the lid, for this eye I did something slightly different, and for this eye over here I'm going to do something else. So for this eye I just basically went in with this Morphe eye primer and then went in with the blue right over top because I wanted to see if adding more layers on this eye, affected the texture of it. So this eye I primed with the Morphe primer, set it with an eyeshadow. And then now I'm adding a glitter glue to help the blue eyeshadow stick to my eyeball. The other side I just basically went with the eye primer and then didn't set it and then went in with the blue over top. I'm kind of doing a little mini experiment over here. Alright, so I'm taking a flat brush and I'm just going to go into this beautiful blue shade here. And I'm going to pack that on top of the eyelid, and I'm sorry that Sebastian is all of a sudden squawking. Okay. I'm just going to be very careful with this and blend it up slightly, very slowly. I don't want this to get out of control, as dark colors tend to get. Alright, making out the shape, I'm going to blend it after. Okay, so then I'm going to take that same dome brush I used with that purple shade, and I'm going to take a little bit of the blue on the same brush and just help diffuse this line just a little bit. And then I'm going to go into that purple shade again and blend that out more. Going back into my synthetic 217 and just blending that out with that brush in the inner corner here. I switched brushes because that dome brush is a little bit too big for my inner corner, and I needed something more precise, and the 217 has a bit of a tapered tip, so it helps. Alright, now just switching brushes to get the blend right. I think I like the way I did this eye better. I don't know, I feel like I'm losing my, I feel like lately whenever I do my makeup, like things just don't turn out like I want them to. I don't know what it is or why this is happening. Do you guys ever get into like this makeup route where like things just don't work out the way you want them to? I don't know if it's just because my eyelids are changing or what it is, but like, it's not very fun. Anyways, I'm just building up this really dark taupey brown color in the outer corner here just to help blend that blue eyeshadow. Okay, I'll leave it there for now. I'm going to take this color here in the corner, and I'm going to take that on the brow bone. And I'm going to go back in with this 217 brush, wiping it off before I go back to my eyelid so I'm not spreading dark shadow further up than I want to. And I'm just blending that out. Then I go back in with that lightest taupe shade. Okay. Alright, so then now I'm going to take this beautiful blue special shade of hers, and I'm going to pat that all over the blue. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to take this yellow shade here on my dual fiber brush that I always use for the inner corner, and I'm dusting this on the inner corner here. And then I'm going to go back into that lighter sparkly blue. And I'm going to focus it more on the inner corner. I want to keep some of that depth on the outer corner of the blue. And every time I go back into the shadow, I'm wiping my finger off because I don't want anything to get into that sparkly, pretty eyeshadow, any of the darker blue. So I'm wiping my finger off every time I dip back in. For me, it helps keep my shadows pretty and clean. Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm going to apply some eyeliner, do the rest of my face, clean up the fallout that I have here. If you can see it, probably not. And then I will come back and finish up the rest of the look. Okay, so I did the rest of my face. For blush, I used a combination of my MAC Poise. It's probably discontinued by now. And this old Kat Von D blush in the shade Por Vita. Anyways, it's probably gone too. Anyways, I just wanted to, they were laying here and I wanted to use them because I have them, and yeah. For the lower lash line, I decided to, let's start with the inner corner. So I dampened my brush here, and I'm going to go into the gold shade in the palette. And I'm going to take that on the inner corner and blend it slightly onto the lid and then slightly onto the lower lash line, but we'll fix that in a second. And then I have this old eyeliner here from Stila. It's like a mint. It doesn't really work anymore, but I'm using it today just so I could, you know, get one less use out of it and then throw it out because it's really dried out. And I'm taking that on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take this sparkly blue shade and I'm going to apply that over top. Alright, and then I'm going to go back into that gold shade and just blend it slightly over top. Okay, now for the inner rim, I don't have anything in this palette that I want to use for the inner rim, so I'm going to break out another palette for that. And I'm using my Natasha Denona Blue Purple palette, and I'm using this light blue shade. Actually, I'm using a mixture of this green and that blue right there to give it like a bluey, minty sort of color. So I'm going to take that on the lower lash line. I'm just going back and forth between them. Okay. I believe that is it for this look. Let me just take a bit more of that blue on the lower lash. It's not as prominent as the other lower lash line for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, maybe that's better. Okay, that is it for the eyes. I'm going to add mascara and come back and show you guys the final look with the lip. Okay, this is the final look. I applied a little bit of a mixture on my lips here. I used this older one from MAC. It's called Nikki's Nude. It's like a darker nude. And then I didn't like the color of that, so I lightened it up and made it more peachy with my Lawless Lipstick in Annie. And that combination is what is on my lips. Okay, I think that is it. I don't think there's anything else that I forgot to tell you. I will zoom in on the eyes just so you can see. Wrong way. I really do enjoy how it came out. When I first was doing the eyes, I wasn't sure how it would look. I wasn't loving the blend up here, but it all came together quite nice, actually. It inspires me. Oh my gosh, stop it! 1 second, guys. Sorry, I had to bring him over here. It inspires me to use more of the colors in this. I specifically want to use like that color and like maybe that color together and do like a light wash of the purple. But yeah, so I thought of doing these new style videos, the Throwback Thursday, as a way to get me out of my, I don't want to say I'm stumped, but I've been left inspired lately with eyeshadow, so I thought maybe to change it up and to start a new series on my channel, I would do the Throwback Thursdays, where I would go into an older palette and attempt to do a complete look using all of the shades, not all of the shades, but using most shades in the palette. I did pull out an extra palette just to do the waterline, but I feel like that's okay. I used pretty much everything in the palette on my eyes, which I thought was pretty cool. You guys know, if you watch my channel, watch my videos, that I do struggle with trying to come up with a full look with one palette, just because I crave colors from different palettes to combine together. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this first video in the new series Throwback Thursday. I had fun doing it, and I really do like the way this look turned out. So if you guys want to see more of these kinds of videos, then just subscribe, and that way you won't miss any of my future upcoming videos. But I'm going to stop rambling now. Thank you again very much for watching, and you will see me in my next video. Bye!